Namaste, bitches. Hope you guys are doing good. This is another Dumb Woke installment. And today, I just really wanted to tell you guys a story. Okay? The story takes place. My bad for the hand. The story takes place in the village. It doesn't really fucking matter where the village is. Okay? Just know that it takes place in the village. In this village, there's a small colony of Bushmen. Okay? Every morning, the Bushmen go to the small river that's nearest to where they're living, and they gather water for the rest of the colony. Except, there's one dude in the village whose name is Leaf. Every morning when the colony walks over to the river to grab water, Leaf travels all the way into the forest, and he travels for hours and hours. And then once the village comes back to where they're living, or the colony goes back to where they're living, whatever, Leaf comes back, and he comes back closer to the evening, and he comes back with his own jug of water. Now the whole village looks at this dude, and they're like, yo, is this guy fucking retarded? Like, or is he a dumbass? Like, why is he traveling hours for water when there's a perfectly good river right in front of him? You know, so the whole village has this whole bias against the dude. They think he's stupid, they think he's weird. No one really wants to talk to him, and none of the girls are trying to give this dude pussy because they're like, yo, this guy's fucking nuts. One day, Leaf ventures out into the forest, but two of the village people get up around the same time he does, and they decide, you know what, let's follow this dude because I want to know where he goes. So they follow him into the forest. As they travel through the forest, they go over hills, valleys, they trek through all this like fucked up terrain, and they just keep thinking to themselves, they're like, yo, there's a perfectly good river, why does this guy go through so much hassle to grab water? Then finally, when they get to Leaf, they see him standing under a beautiful waterfall. He's gathering water, he's grabbing fresh fruits, and they look at him, and they're like, yo, Leaf, this place looks dope, but why the fuck do you come so far to grab water if we have a perfectly good river where we live? Leaf didn't say anything. He just looked at him, and he made them follow him back to the river where they gather water. Now they got there before the rest of the village people did. And once they got back, Leaf pointed to the end of the river. And at the end of the river, there's a whole family of elephants. And the elephants are taking a bath, but they also start taking a shit in the river. And then they walk back into the forest. And then a few moments later, the rest of the village people come out and they start grabbing water from that same river and they start drinking it. What's the moral of the story? Moral of the story: don't just follow everybody else and what they're doing, even if it's easier. Because if you do, you're just going to be full of as much shit as they are. Create your own path, even if it takes a little bit longer, because it may lead to something much more beautiful. Namaste, bitches. Peace and love.